Blog Talk Radio.
Now, get up out your seats. Coming to the ring. Now, but I'm wondering if you can bring it with one win, no losses, undefeated in the streets, weighing in over 300 pounds. IHWE Radio. When the round bell is ringing in the ring, then I'll be singing. I'm here to get that crowd loud. I'm wondering if you can bring it. When the round bell is ringing in the ring, then I'll be singing. But I'm here to get that crowd loud. But I'm wondering if you can bring it. When the round bell is ringing in the ring, then I'll be.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a historic edition of IHWE Radio. I am David Fuller, standing by at headquarters in Fort Worth, Texas. The reason this is historic is because we are doing a live simulcast from the biggest gathering in professional wrestling every year. It's the traditional Cauliflower Alley Club happening as we speak in Las Vegas, Nevada, ladies and gentlemen. And we are live from Fort Worth, Texas, and we are also live from the CAC in Las Vegas, the 49th annual, the Ring of Friendship. Michael McCurdy, the usual host of IHWE Radio, is there, standing by right now. Michael, what's going on in Sin City?
Man, Las Vegas is hopping tonight, man. We are here at the 49th annual Cauliflower Alley Club reunion, and as you said, you sound a little tongue-tied, my friend, but we are having a great time here tonight, and we're going to get started right away. I'm going to hand the mic over to Carl Lauer, the Executive Vice President of the CAC, who's going to introduce us all to this year's reunion.
Hey, welcome to Las Vegas, Nevada, the Gold Coast Hotel. We have got a fantastic group. Right now, 496 people have picked up their tickets. Standing next to you, little gal, we hide a grasshopper. You hear like a little mo. We call her Cheryl. We're out of the big little gal in the wrestling business.
Hey guys, sorry I'm staying quiet in my earpiece. Hope everybody has a good time. Come out here, it's awesome.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are doing this live, and we are experiencing. This is gonna be hit and miss, ladies and gentlemen, because Michael McCurdy is standing by in the nostalgia room of the Cauliflower Alley Club. Michael, can you hear me?
Tonight and tomorrow night. All right.
I can hear you, David. Is there an issue on your end?
Yeah. I could barely make out. I could barely make out anything what Carl was saying. So the guests are going to have to speak up as loud as they can when they're on the headset.
Okay.
So, all right. Do you have anybody standing by at the table?
Yes, I do. We just were brought up to us. The former NWA World Champion Adam Pierce is joining us right now.
Adam, welcome to IHWE Radio. It's a pleasure to have you on, sir.
Can you hear me? Can you hear him, David?
Yes, I can barely hear him.
Yeah, right. How's it sounding over there, David?
I'm hitting or missing, Michael. I can hear you just fine. It's the guest I'm having trouble hearing.
Okay, great. Sounds like we're having a problem with the call-in line then.
If you want, hand
we're going to switch
your phone
headsets
over
for
to
just
the guest.
a second. I'm going to hand my headset over to Adam, ask him a couple questions, and then we're going to go with it. I'll check the other line out.
Sounds good.
Live radio. I'm sure. Are we alive? Are we here?
Adam, this is David Fuller with IHWE Radio. It's a pleasure to have you on. Thank you, sir, for joining us.
Oh, it's my pleasure to be here. How are you?
I'm doing all right, Adam. For the last few years, your name has become synonymous with professional wrestling. Former NWA heavyweight champion. You've been down to NXT as a trainer a number of different times. You're an inspiration to all professional wrestlers out there doing their thing. You're getting honored by the Cauliflower Alley Club this year. What does it mean to you, Adam?
Well, it's crazy. I mean, I appreciate the time. You know, the recognition of my peers is something that you can't replicate. It's incredibly humbling to be recognized by people that you admire, people that you run the roads with, and people that you look up to. So just to to be where I'm at is a blessing.
That's awesome. When did you? Who got you your start in professional wrestling? Because I've heard about you over the years, but I don't know that much about your early upbringings in professional wrestling.
I broke in November of '95 out of Chicago under Sonny Rogers and Randy Ritchie, who ran a camp there. And then I've done a multitude of things since, New Japan Dojo in Tokyo, WCW Power Plant, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But, yeah, I'm a Chicago kid.
Well, that's awesome. That is great. Chicago's a great wrestling city, as WWE just had a pay-per-view there this past Sunday, and the crowd, a lot of times in Chicago, the crowd will make something that's mediocre fantastic, and that's exactly what they did, and they've done so many times before, so that's great that you're a Chicago native.
Yep, born and bred.
You've got the opportunity to go down to developmental, the WWE Performance Center, and you've got a chance to train with the next generation of superstars. Obviously, that's a big thrill for you. Tell us a little bit about what goes on down there. We've heard different things from different people, but you've actually been down there. Tell us, what are your thoughts of the WWE Performance Center and what they're doing, not just in the ring, but I've heard they're doing classes about what people do after the business, social media. It seems like they're going out of their way to prevent a lot of the mistakes that have happened before. What are your thoughts on the WWE Performance Center and what they do down there?
Well, first and foremost, it's an incredible honor just to be considered to go down there and teach. As someone who never came through the WWF or WWE system, to go down there and be afforded the same kind of respect as their esteemed coaching staff is beyond words. So from that standpoint, it's incredible. But just to go into what you're asking about, the facility itself is state-of-the-art, second to none. There's nothing like it in pro wrestling, and there hasn't been anything like it in pro wrestling. Literally anything you could think of that you would want in order to cultivate and breed the next generation of superstars is present down there in Orlando. And I could tell you just from firsthand experience, knowledge that flows through that building is unprecedented. And the talent that goes through the young NXT superstars and the people that are next in line are really in probably the best position of anybody over the last, 50, 60 years to really make it in our business. It's literally everything that you could ask for, every opportunity, every advantage you could want is there. And as you mentioned, not just in the ring but outside the ring, the level of expertise, the experience, and just the perspective of these different people, lending their experiences, trials, tribulations, positives and negatives, just to make people well-rounded. It's unbelievable. And as I said, just an honor to be a part of that.
We have a show this coming Sunday in Fort Worth, Texas, IHWE Pro Wrestling, and I believe the last time you were down in our neck of the woods, I believe you were in Sherman or somewhere around there, and you wrestled Charlie Haas. Am I correct?
Oh, hey, you're going back a ways, but I believe it was just outside of Dallas. I'm not sure when that was. Okay, great. Well, you're there at the Cauliflower Alley Club. Is there anything you want to say to any of your fans and any aspiring wrestlers out there? Like I said, you have become an inspiration to so many people over the years, just with the things you've done and the positive messages that you send out via social media. I follow you on both Facebook and Twitter, and I really do appreciate the positivity you send out. Is there anything you want to say to your fans, and is there anything you want to say to aspiring wrestlers considering where you're at right now? Man, I always get that question, and I kind of gravitate to the same answer every time. If you work hard, if you treat people fairly, and you set about a path of earning your respect, you can't go wrong. There's so much negativity that surrounds wrestling and life in general. If you take a positive stance in the sense that you're going to put yourself in the best position to put your best foot forward, it's hard to fail. And if you could fight through the politics and everything else that comes with life, you can come out on the right end of it, man, and I'm happy to say that I do that. At least I try to every day.
All right, Adam. Well, I know you got a lot going on, buddy. We're going to let you go. I want to thank you for stopping by IHWE Radio. We look forward to having you on again some other time, buddy. Congratulations on your honor.
Thank you. I appreciate the time.
Take care, buddy.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen, former NWA heavyweight champion. He's been down to the WWE Performance Center as a trainer, Adam Pierce. He was just the first guest. No telling what we're going to do tonight. Michael, are you there?
I'm right here, David. Can you hear me now?
I can barely hear you. We're having issues with that second line, so we may just have to play phone tag with your phone tonight.
That's exactly what we're gonna do, man. I'm gonna hand you over to Andrea the Giant. She's right here live with Reunion. She's gonna talk to you for a few minutes.
Hey, how's it going?
All right, ladies. Hey, how's it going? Ladies and gentlemen, we're standing by with a name that's synonymous with professional wrestling. Definitely a character, Andre the Giant. Welcome to IHWE Radio. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, it's a pleasure to be here.
So you're at the Cauliflower Alley Club. Tell us what the feeling is there. I mean, I've never been. I hear stories every year. What is it like there right now? Fever pitch?
It is very, very crowded and noisy. This is one of those places that you come to if you want to learn about wrestling firsthand from everybody in the business. You got so many independent wrestlers here, and then those that are in, TNA, WWE, and so everybody just gets together. We talk about, our history and where we want to go, and we learn from each other. And then on top of that, we have wrestling shows that we go and do for the fans free of charge, and it's just phenomenal. The response that you get from the fans here is just something you don't necessarily see on the independent circuit, because they're right there and they talk to you for the next few days about your shows, what you've done. It's just really outstanding.
All right. Well, what is your favorite part of the Cauliflower Alley Club? Obviously, they've had the wrestling shows, Vendetta Pro Wrestling, along with the NWA, had a doubleheader this past weekend. There's seminars there to prepare people for life outside of wrestling, social media. There's just so much packed into, and of course there's the ceremony honoring the legends and the future legends of professional wrestling. If you had to pick one part, obviously what you're doing right now is pretty cool, because right now everybody's just kind of mingling. What is your favorite part about this week?
For myself, I like to come down here and be part of the wrestling shows. I get to work with people that I normally don't work with in my part of the country, since people are coming from all over the world. We get together and have just, shows that you'd pay tons of money to see normally, and we're doing it for free in front of crowds that are just 100% wrestling fans, and the overall experience is just something that you build upon and you always dream about as an independent wrestler.
When and how did you get your start in this crazy business? Obviously, your name. I grew up idolizing Andre the Giant, so obviously your name intrigues me. How did you get your start in this business, and when?
Oh, it's about 8 years ago. I was doing roller derby, and we did a cross-promotion with Ring Wars Carolina. And it was one of those things, we got into the ring. The show was a little late in starting, so we were there to do some cross-promotion. And got in the ring and ended up doing some Indian leg wrestling. And, the entire experience was just outstanding. I ran out of opponents, and I talked to the promoter afterwards, and I'm like, I've always been intrigued by roller derby and wrestling, and, by chance, do you happen to train? And how can you get into the business? And 2 weeks later, I was at their facility training and learning the ropes, so to speak. And, the coach was trying to figure out what I should have as far as a named character here from the wrestling world, and given my size and everything, and he said, I got the perfect name for you. It's Andre's kind of daughter. Make it Andrea the Giant. And I'm like, oh, that's a name that's hard to live up to. And he goes, well, your size is just incredible. And we had Baby Doll with us at the time, and she was Andrea the Lady Giant way back when she was valeting for Ric Flair. So I went to her out of respect and said, can I go and use this name without offending you? And she said, go for it. So, that became the character, and I built on it and kept on going. Originally started in kind of the black singlet like Andre had, just kind of tie the character over, and then eventually kind of made it my own. And now I'm at a point where, it's my own character, and I'm about 80 pounds bigger in muscle size than I was when I originally started. And anybody that sees me in the ring with a bunch of other girls knows why they call me Andre the Giant. And it's not just the ladies either. I mean, I get into the ring with the guys, and I go one-on-one with them too. It's just been an outstanding experience, and each year kind of built on top of the other and bigger and better things, and then hopefully someday, I'll have the chance to be up in WWE or TNA.
Well, in wrestling, the heavyweight women are few and far between. We've had Karma, we've had Bull Nakano, we've had Bertha Faye, who was a Rhonda Singh long before she was Bertha Faye. By the time she was Bertha Faye, she was more of a character, a cartoon character, but she'd worked hard for many years. You got this character, you're Andre the Giant. Now, when they surprised you with this, when they said, "We want you to be Andre the Giant," did you then go to the videotape and start watching Andre's work to try to mimic more of what his character did in the ring?
Well, I definitely did character study. I mean, I knew his character, watched it growing up. And I definitely went to like YouTube and pulled whatever video I could find and just take a look at it. But as far as trying to like take elements of his character, I didn't really do that. I found myself already having those elements of the character. So from that standpoint, for me, it was very natural, and the fans picked up on it immediately. So they're like, yes, we can see the family resemblance. I am big. And it's one of the things that, great. It plays to the character all that much more.
Well, what I like about you is you're an attraction, and we don't have many attractions in professional wrestling anymore. So it sounds to me like you're an attraction, just like Andre was. For years, Andre toured the territories. He'd come to a territory once or twice a year, and every time he did, he sold out. He came to Mid-South Wrestling, came to World Class. He'd go everywhere once or twice a year, and every time he'd do it, he would sell out. That sounds to me what you are, and I hope the wrestling promoters, obviously you're 8 years in, and that's good. Hopefully the promoters are booking you right as an attraction. While we've got you here, is there anything that you want to plug, anything you want to say to our worldwide audience right now before we let you go?
Yeah, I invite them to go out to YouTube, take a look at the wrestling videos, familiarize themselves with me, and then, kind of go out and spread the word that, hey, there's this lady giant out there, and she can wrestle, and she can kick some butt. So you can go out to YouTube and just look for Andrea the Giant. I'm also over on Wikipedia. I have a fan page over in Facebook land as well. Be glad to chat with anybody that wants to drop me a note, and talk to your local promoters, mention my name, and say, hey, there's this girl, she can actually go and take on your best of your guys and fill some seats for you and bring me out.
All right, sounds good. Well, we thank you for joining us, Andrea. You have a wonderful time at the Cauliflower Alley Club and have a safe passage home. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Take care. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Andrea the Giant. She has a very good story, and that's what I love. We love hearing stories, ladies and gentlemen. We're at the 49th Annual Cauliflower Alley Club in Las Vegas, and we're hearing stories. Andrea the Giant, Adam Pearce, we're hearing stories about people who love this wrestling business. There's a whole city full in Las Vegas right now. Michael, you got any more guests lined up?
What line am I on?
You are on. You're on. Hold on. Michael, can you hear me? Michael, can you hear me? All right. Michael.
Yes.
All right, there you are. Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to have to bear with us. This is the first time we've ever done anything like this, and Michael is in the shark waters right now. So.
Okay. Can you hear me on the guest line now?
Yes.
Okay, good. I turned off the headset. I'm doing this straight off the phone, and I will be dialing back in with our guest line in just a moment.
Okay.
So bear with me for just a second.
Well, that's fine. Thank you so much for bringing Adam Pearce on, and thank you so much for bringing Andre the Lady Giant on. Let's get some more people. That room's got to be full of people. Of course, I don't know how enticing you are to get people to come over to the table. If I saw you, I might step away from you.
Well, I would probably step away from the table just as well. We are doing our best to get another guest on the line at this time. guys asked us here yesterday to be on radio podcast? Hold on just a moment. And you are a Fortune. Team High Def? We're here yesterday. We are being joined right now by Drake Fortune from Team High Def. He is live on IHWE Radio.
How's it going? Welcome to IHWE Radio.
How you doing, guys?
Doing all right. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm hanging in there. I'm having a great time here at CAC. It's my first time visiting, and I am just having a blast.
What has been, I ask everybody this, what is your favorite part? Obviously, the wrestling shows this past weekend. Obviously, there are seminars about all kinds of aspects of wrestling, what you do after wrestling, social media. There's so many people there. Obviously, there's the ceremony. What is your favorite part of the CAC?
I actually enjoy the just walking around, socializing with everybody and meeting new people. I mean, I enjoyed the last 2 days wrestling events. They were a lot of fun, but, just meeting and getting the everything else has been, I'm just blown away. Everybody who I've had the opportunity to shake hands with and, talk to for a little bit more so than I would, out on the street or anything like that. But, the amount of information they have hit me with, being kind of new to wrestling, been overwhelming to say the least.
Okay, you said you're kind of new to wrestling. Tell us your story.
Well, I started about 6 years ago with School of Hard Knocks in Southern California. Then I got injured, but I didn't quit. I kept up with it, and then I finally got my first match about 3 years ago, and I've been learning and wrestling and pushing myself ever since. Taking my bumps and bruises, and there are still a ton of questions that I will, every time I get a chance to meet a veteran or someone who's been around this business for a long, long time more than I have, I'm always asking them everything I could ask.
How important? Okay, you're surrounded by just knowledge. You're surrounded by this whole hotel of knowledge. Somebody like Adam Pearce, who gets brought down to WWE Performance Center to be a guest trainer. So, I mean, to all the independent wrestlers out there who didn't make the trip to the Cauliflower Alley Club, what are they missing? Because you have an opportunity to pull up a chair next to a guy like Adam Pearce and just pick his brain. You're there. You've only got 6 years experience in the wrestling business. Obviously, 3 of those years were spending rehabbing an injury. You obviously care enough to be there. What are they missing? Tell us, because you're there right now.
Well, that's just it. You're missing the ability to just sit next to a guy like Adam Pearce and just talk to him. And, he's friendly enough, and he talks back, and he lets you know exactly what you want to, exactly how to make it and, where to go from, wherever you feel you are in professional wrestling. Some people think they're the main event, but, I'm like, well, I don't see you on TV, so obviously you got to go further. These guys can help you, and these guys have been on TV. Right. So. Exactly.
I like your attitude. I really do. I have 17 years in professional wrestling, and I already like your attitude.
Well, thank you.
So, that's awesome. Well, I mean, you're here on the line. Is there anything, and before we get your partner on, because I know your partner's waiting to come on, is there anything you want to plug out there? You're on Worldwide Radio. You got the floor.
All right, cool. Well, hey, guys, this is Drake Fortune. I'm one half of Team High Def. We're out of Southern California. We're constantly looking for bookings, so if you'd like to know more, you can look us up on YouTube. Just type in the words Team High, H-I-G-H, and the letters D-F. And you can also hit us up on Facebook at facebook.com/Team High Def, same lettering. So,
okay.
Yeah, I mean, would love to see you guys all over the country.
Can you introduce us to your partner?
Yeah, this is high-flying sensation Steven Andrews.
Hey, Steven, welcome to IHWE Radio.
Hi, how you guys doing? Glad to be on.
I'm doing all right. How are you doing? You're in Sin City. You're doing a hell of a lot better than I am.
Yeah, I'm having a really good time. This is my first time here at the CAC, and it's a really awesome experience. A lot of legends here that I'm meeting. It's amazing.
Okay, so we heard from your partner. We heard his story. Tell us yours. When did you break in? How long have you been doing this?
Oh, man, I broke into this wrestling business about 8 years ago. I started my training right after high school. My cousins actually got me into it about like age 3 or 4. They were like, hey, you guys, me and my brother were like, hey, you guys should watch this. And we sat down and started watching wrestling. And the first thing that I visually remember was WrestleMania 3, obviously, with Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant. So as soon as high school was over, I got in touch with some friends that knew of a wrestling company up in the high desert, and got in touch with them. They were like, yeah, we have a wrestling school. You guys should come by on the weekend. We're like, okay. So me and a couple of my friends went over on the weekend, and I started my training. Once I took that first bump, I was hooked. I was hooked way more than a fan. I knew that I wanted to do this wrestling for profession.
You know, usually, Steven, after the first bump, that's usually when people realize they don't want to do this.
Right, yeah. There's a lot of them that are like, okay, I can't do this. But after, I would say not after the first bump, but after my first training, I was like, I love this. I want to do more. I'm going to come back next weekend. So I came back the next weekend, and I just became really great friends with my trainers, Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks.
Oh, that's awesome. The Young Bucks are making a lot of waves across North America and overseas. That is amazing.
Yes, they are. Yep.
Wow,
yeah, those are my
great.
trainers,
that's
and
great.
I want to follow their path and try and hook up with them in Japan soon. That would be amazing.
Hey, man, the sky's the limit, man. I broke in 17 years ago. Johnny Valentine was my trainer. And I wrestled up and down the territory in Texas for 10 years. Now I'm a promoter, and now I'm actually hosting a podcast on the Cauliflower Alley Club. I never would have guessed it. So the sky's the limit, man.
I know,
you
right?
love this business and you work hard, anything's possible. Okay, so we can find you at Facebook, right? Team High Def?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, that's right.
Okay, Steven. Well, we're going to stay in touch. We'll try to get you and Drake on another night when there's not so much chaos going on, and that way we can talk to you more in depth. I would love to interview you guys. I want to thank you for coming on IHWE Radio, and enjoy the CAC.
Yeah, thank you very much for having us, and we'll talk to you guys soon, okay?
Take care.
All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Team High Def was just on. Steven Andrews, Drake Fortune, Michael. You better be glad I'm the other one on the other line, because you're just throwing people at me, and I don't know their stories, but I'm doing the best that I can.
Well, man, I appreciate it. We got the problem solved. I'm on this line. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Not very well, but that's
okay,
fine
good.
Because it's you, and I don't need to hear you.
Okay, good. As long as you can hear me and people out there can hear me. You know this next lady, we're bringing on Miss Dyslexia.
I
Hello,
I know her all too well. All right, so you're out there. You're out there. You're having a blast. This is your first CAC. You're bouncing around all over the place because that's what you do because you're dyslexia. What do you think?
This has probably been one of the most amazing weeks. It's unbelievable the people you run into here. Adam Pierce was on here earlier. Just ran into him, and he kind of ran up to me. And then, legends, like just everybody. And then Taylor and James Beard, Bruce Barb, all the people from NWA are here.
You'll be on after this.
It's been I'm sorry?
Go ahead, Lexi. He's directing in the process, so go ahead. We're doing this by the skin of our pants.
Sorry about that, folks.
That's all right. No, but it's been a crazy week so far, and having a blast. Everybody's so wonderful, and if you're in the wrestling family, it really is a family. Like, I was having trouble checking into my room, and somebody let me borrow their room until I could get my stuff straightened out, and it really is. It's amazing, and I've had a blast so far, and it's not over yet.
Yeah, it isn't. Oh, it really isn't over yet. What is your favorite part? I ask everybody this because there's the wrestling shows, the Dead of Pro Wrestling, NWA Pro Wrestling had a doubleheader this past weekend. Obviously, you saved the IHWE champions live, so I appreciate that. You make sure to tell me that the next morning. Maybe you can hit him up for some money and come back to Texas. obviously there's the seminars that really get people educated on social media and life outside of the wrestling business. That is very important because so many times we've heard about people not knowing what to do once they get out of the wrestling business. And then there's the legends, meeting the legends, mingling. There's the award ceremony. Obviously, it's the first time there and you're experiencing this as we are. So far, has there been a favorite part that sticks out to you, or is it all just one big, amazing experience?
I mean, it's just been, I honestly haven't even really been to any of the seminars yet because I keep getting pulled in different directions to meet different people. And so it's just the whole thing overall. It's been a great experience. I've met some, like I said, some great people. I've handed out my pictures and made a lot of contact info. So hopefully soon I'll be branching out more. And then a lot of the people, like you were saying, the seminars about what to do outside of wrestling, a lot of the people are telling me, you know, I've already got my head on straight because you already know outside of wrestling I have a job and I'm already taking care of all that. And it still allows me to do this, which I'm very grateful for. I feel like I'm one of the lucky ones, being able to have balance my so-called real life with my wrestling life, which I've been a wrestler longer than I have done anything else in my life. So
what I like about dyslexia, folks, and I'm going to go ahead and say this, I've been around for a long time. Everybody knows my story. I've been around too long, probably. But I've worked with a lot of women over the years in pro wrestling, and Miss Dyslexia has one of the best attitudes. She is traveling every weekend somewhere. She's at the CAC this week because she cares. She wants to further her career. She loves this business. So any promoters out there needing a woman's wrestler who can go, book Dyslexia because you won't be disappointed. I'm looking forward to seeing you in August in IHWE. Go ahead and promote your social media real quick, and then we'll get another guest on.
Okay, well, my Twitter handle is Miss Dyslexia, so it's MISSDISS_LEXIA, and then the same thing with Facebook. It's spelled the same, just no underscore, so MISSDISS_LEXIA. I have a regular page, but I've almost reached my limit of 5,000 friends, but I also have a like page. I post on both of those quite often. I probably annoy some people because I'm always promoting on Facebook and then just kind of being myself and quirky. So add me. I'll try to conversate with everybody I can. Come to shows that are close by, and I can meet you in person. You're in Las Vegas. Come say hi. I have pictures and everything. So.
All right. Well, yeah, she's going to be at the IHWE table off and on throughout the week, ladies and gentlemen. She'll be bouncing around to the NWA table. There's two promotions there that Lexi works with, IHWE and NWA. And then she's bouncing around all over the place making contests. That's what people are supposed to be doing. Well, I will see you sooner than later, probably. And I look forward to it. Have a good time and have a safe trip home, please. I need you. You got to wrestle for me in August.
Okay, I will.
All right. Take care. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Miss Dyslexia. She is a former IHWE Tag Team Champion. How cool is that? And she will be wrestling for us in August and September. She's going to light up the women's division here in Fort Worth again. Michael, you got anybody next?
Yes, I do have somebody, man. I hope you can hear me because this gentleman definitely needs a proper introduction. Whether or not I'm actually able to do it, I don't know. But I'm going to give it my best try. Coming up next on IHWE Radio is the one, the only, the original Mr. Wonderful, Rock Riddle.
Direct from his palatial estate high in the hills of Hollywood, California, we present to you live and in person the first, the only, the original Mr. Wonderful of professional wrestling. That's right, the diamond ringing Cadillac man, the man who possesses the body that men fear and women love. If only you could see. Look at these pecs going up and down. Look at this muscular coordination, this definition, and this control. This is absolutely amazing. Yes, the Rolls Royce of wrestling, Rock Riddle. Even I am impressed with my introduction.
Wow,
now, David, that is how you introduce somebody.
That was probably the greatest introduction I've ever heard in professional wrestling.
Well, I'll tell you what I do. When I do live 2-hour radio shows, I tell the people. In fact, I just did this about 6 months ago. I did a live show. I had never been on this person's show before, so I sent an email to the host, and I said, this is what you do when you have Rock Riddle as a guest on your radio show. You say, Rock Riddle, would you introduce yourself, please? Then you don't say another word, and we have a brilliant 2-hour show. Now, the person on that radio show, the host of that show, took me quite seriously. He sent back an email. He says, well, Rock, I understand, but don't you think as host of this show that it might be okay for me to ask like 1 or 2 questions, which was quite interesting. But I do radio shows where they say, we have some questions, and I said, I'm sure that hosts have brilliant, wonderful questions, and I know that there are 36 people online holding with questions for Mr. Wonderful. However, none of those questions are nearly as good as the questions that I would ask myself. For example, Rock Riddle, how did you become so extraordinarily handsome? You must have been a beautiful baby. Is that true? And I say, no, that's not accurate at all. I was a rather plain little baby. And you're probably wondering then, well, Rock Riddle, if you were such a plain baby, not a gorgeous baby, how did you become the gorgeous man that you are today? And I would have to tell you, the answer is I practiced. I looked in the mirror every day when I was little, and I thought maybe I wasn't the most attractive baby in the world. And as I was growing up, I would look in the mirror, and I would say, you're handsome. You are handsome. And it got to the point, of course, that I became the extraordinarily handsome person that I am today. So I know most of you listening in are extraordinarily ugly. Most of you, it's too late for you. It's not going to work for you. But if we have some young people listening in, and you look in the mirror and you see that you're not perfect, that you're not as good looking as some of your friends, you can do what I did and what I continue to do, and that is every day I look in the mirror and I say, you are so handsome. And when you keep doing that, you will get better and better looking. Of course, there's no possibility that you'll ever be as handsome as I. But I want to bring your attention to an old, back in the days, the golden age of Hollywood, an actor, that is, of course, an actor by the name of Cary Grant, and he has a famous quote, and his quote is this: I pretended to be Cary Grant until I became him. I pretended to be Cary Grant until I became him. Isn't that amazing? So if you are not on the level that you want to be, pretend that you are. Pretend that you're better than you think you are, and it won't take long. You'll become on that level, unless you're one of the typical inferiors out there who has no chance at all of surpassing anyone else because you're already at the bottom and you're going to stay at the bottom. You see, here's something else. I'm a private pilot. Yes, I know. I do a ton of different things. As a private pilot, I can tell you that according to all aeronautical knowledge, all scientific knowledge, bumblebees cannot fly. Bumblebees are aerodynamically unsound. Their bodies are too big, their wings are too small. If we were to build an exact duplicate of the bumblebee with a little battery inside and turn that thing on, it would go down into the ground. You see, because it's impossible for bumblebees to fly. Aerodynamically unsound, body's too fat, wings too small. It's not possible. Now, here's the kicker. Bumblebees do not know they cannot fly, so they fly anyway. Bumblebees don't know they can't fly, so they fly anyway. Isn't that amazing? Unfortunately, most people know that they cannot succeed, therefore they cannot. This has been the amazing Rock Mr. Wonderful Riddle, the diamond-ringing Cadillac man, the man who possesses the body that men fear and women love, the heavenly body, the continental lover, the true American dream, and the Rolls Royce of wrestling. And you're saying, Rock Riddle, how can we get in touch with you? And my answer is, I'm not interested in you getting in touch with me. But if you wanted to, you could always look at HollywoodSuccess.com, because obviously I am successful not only in the professional wrestling business, but in Hollywood, in film and television, and yes, I am a top Hollywood publicist. So for success in Hollywood, it's HollywoodSuccess.com. 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 That's the end of my commercial. That's the end of my talk. It has been your pleasure listening to the first, the only, the original, Mr. Wonderful of Professional Wrestling. What a class event this has been.
Whew. Wow. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
You got to take a break there, David.
Nothing need to be. Yeah, I took a break. I appreciate it. You need more guests on like Rock Riddle. I don't have to say anything. That was Mr. Wonderful, the original Rock Riddle. Wow. Okay.
We are going to have Rock Riddle on the show again here pretty soon. So.
Well,
but
good.
David,
That way we
I'm going to put him on
talk
the
for an
spot
hour.
real quick. We're going to talk to a good friend of our show. Put him on live for just a moment. We're going to talk to Big Bill Anderson.
I love Big Bill Anderson. He's one of my favorite people in the entire world. Bill, what's up, buddy?
I am having the time of my life here at CAC in Las Vegas, Nevada. This is the place to be. I'm having a wonderful time meeting new friends, like one of the greatest guys I have ever met in my life, James Beard. Had the greatest pleasure of giving this man an eternal hug as he was getting ready to board a plane here heading home. What a tremendous man, another representative of Texas. And I love you guys in Texas. You guys are the wonderful people, very gracious. And I'm coming out there in a few months, spend some time out in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Well, we have to get together when you do, Bill. Now, I'm gonna touch on a subject that you might not be able to talk about. You were hanging and banging last night on the strip in Las Vegas. I think you actually went out so you could write another book.
I can't write a book because this is going to be an annual affair. You know, the CAC runs a cribbage tournament and the CAC runs a bowling tournament. And from this point on, I am sponsoring and promoting the next Big Bill Anderson Cheetah Run. This will be the annual event every year. I'm designing T-shirts. I am working on this right now with a cartoonist. And we are going to design T-shirts, and we're going to make this an annual affair. And the boys that went last night, 20 guys I took, will never, ever, ever be the same. We got to hang out with the Godfather and D'Lo Brown, and it's a wonderful trip we had. We were there for about 5 hours. Some of the guys that left with no hair came back with a full head of hair. Some of the guys that left with brown hair came back with blonde hair. It was a wonderful trip.
Is that what happened to Morgan? He went to the Cheetah Club with you? Because his hair is bright.
Morgan is officially known as Sting Jr. now.
I told Morgan he
Sting
needed
Jr.
to take a picture with Michael Hayes because I don't know who's going to have the most outlandish hair, Morgan or Michael Hayes. But
oh, Lord, I haven't seen Michael yet, but I can just imagine.
Yeah.
But,
he's going to walk in looking like a bicycle.
Wow.
Well, Bill, you're a
wonderful time.
You're a wonderful man.
We're having a wonderful time. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. BigBillAnderson.com, right?
Yes, sir. Both my books available. Thank you very much, David. You guys are wonderful people.
Thank you, Bill. Have a wonderful trip, sir.
Thank you, sir.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was legendary author, trainer, wrestler, Big Bill Anderson, BigBillAnderson.com. He's got 2 books out. He was our guest a few weeks ago talking about his friend, the late, great Ultimate Warrior. Bill's one of the nicest guys I've ever met in pro wrestling. And if he comes down here, we are going to have a good time together. All right, Michael, what's next?
Awesome. What am I walkie-talkie this?
Roger Dodger over and under. Come on in, Big Daddy. Got your ears on. What's happening? I don't understand any of this technology. I don't know. I'm doing a phone interview. I don't know.
Okay. You put it up to your ear like a regular phone. There we go. David, I'm going to bring to you a man. Some people might remember him from some great promos in WWE as Kazarni. He has also created some great custom wrestling figures. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to IHWE Radio, Finn Bodie.
Hi.
How's it going, buddy? Welcome.
I'm on the phone.
I like when you're live here tonight.
They have numbers. They have letters.
He's like, I'm not on any radio show. I'm on a damn cell phone, Michael. Get it right.
I have a cell phone with a dial ringer. Yep, good. Am I speaking spell?
Okay. All right. Well, all right, Michael.
What do you want?
Reintroduce this man.
What do you want? What
I
the heck
didn't
do you
hear
want?
what you
Why you
said.
bothering?
You're
What do you want?
supposed to be a professional.
There's no
yeah,
professional when
my
we're
bad.
doing this live and never done this before.
Yes.
Right. It's all good. It's all good. What the hell do you want?
Well, welcome to IHWE Radio. You're there right now. What's it like at the CAC? Is it a fever pitch?
Oh, it's pretty awesome. I feel like a kid at a campfire listening to a lot of the old school guys telling the road stories. I feel like an old man myself telling some of the youngsters my road stories. I'm peddling all my custom-made toys like a giant child because I did go for Harvard and I did major in recess. And, so I'm here. I wrestled a couple nights in a row, had a lot of fun in front of all the fun wrestling fans and all that jazz. And it's been a blast. I got to see a lot of my buddies.
And then your trip went.
A lot of my enemies.
Went to hell once you wrestled this.
Yeah, gave a lot of clotheslines and suplexes and poked people in the eyes. It was fun. It was good. Got to put on my clown paint. I look a little whorish. Too much eyeliner. All that stuff. Look a little cheap, I think. Yeah.
You know what's great about going to Las Vegas and doing all those things? You can go to Vegas, do all those things like you're in a Hangover movie, and you can get away with it all.
I live in that Hangover movie. I live in Las Vegas. I got Mike Tyson's side in my car as we speak.
And Alan is driving your car.
That's right. That's right. I'm totally stoked for tomorrow night. Tomorrow night I get to induct my original trainer, Ron Hutchinson, into the Cauliflower Alley. So I'm honored and stoked to do that. I'll probably wear a tie. Maybe. Can't make any promises, but probably going to happen. I can't tell you the state of that tie. It might be a bloody cover tie or a fish tie. I don't know, but it'll probably be a tie. I will probably wear a tie at Cauliflower Alley. I'll wear a tie and a smile. Probably wear an elephant thong, but nobody will really see that because it'll be underneath my clown pants. So, just saying. Might be too much information, but I don't know.
Maybe, but that's what you're going to talk people into the building. That's what you're trying to do. I get it. It's cool.
I understand.
All right. Well, while you're here, is there anything you want to plug before we let you go here? Anything you want to plug?
Oh yeah, that'd be great. Well, anybody can catch me on Twitter and Facebook at Sinnbodhi, SINNBODHI. Available for bookings, tattoos, custom toys. Send me a message on my Facebook, facebook.com/Sinnbodhi, SINNBODHI, and hit me up. And I always love hearing from fans. I love answering questions, answering hate mail, whatever you got, I'll take it. Dirty pictures, preferably no dudes. Pets are okay too.
Hey, Stan, real quick, Mr. Bodie, real quick.
Yes, sir.
Do you remember Franco D'Angelo?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I'm going to see him this weekend. He's wrestling. Well, you.
What's that jerk up to? What about?
Oh, I'm going to see him. He's wrestling for me this coming weekend in Fort Worth, Texas. That's why I brought him up.
Poke him in the eyes for me. And then before he gets mad at you, just tell him it wasn't from you. It was from Sinnbodhi.
I will do that.
Just tell him the world of weird made you do it.
I will do that.
Tell him the world of weird made you do it.
Thank you, Sin. You have a safe trip, sir. Thank you.
Okay, guys. Take care. Be safe.
You too. Bye-bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Sinnbodhi, who is going to be there to induct his trainer, Ron Hutchinson, a trainer of the Stars, and Ron's going to get an award tomorrow night as a part of the honorees. Michael, do you have anybody else standing by, or can I take a breath?
You can take a breath for a second, man. I'm just kind of wandering around the room a little bit. I'll throw in my piece of information for the people. I hope I sound okay over there.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Just to be here at the CAC reunion, man, is an honor. Just to be able to walk along and see all the photos of the past wrestlers and the history. It's amazing. If you haven't had a chance to come here before, you need to come here. Next year is the 50th anniversary. IHWE Radio is going to be a big part of that. We're working on some plans already. So, man, you got to be here. David, I'm going to make you come here. And I'm hoping tomorrow we have our technical difficulties taken care of, and we can actually have a little bit more of a better show.
Hey, the show's been great.
Live radio, though, right?
Because I've been able to talk to people, and you haven't been on the line with me. So this might possibly be the greatest episode we've ever done.
Well, let me hold on for just a second. I'm going to see if maybe a certain gentleman might be willing to join us for just a moment.
No problem.
David?
Yeah.
I'm going to give you the opportunity to talk to the one and only the Destroyer.
Oh,
And I'm talking
Dick
to
Bayer.
David.
Yes, Mr. Destroyer. How are you?
If I was any better, you'd be checking the water I'm drinking.
It is an absolute honor to be speaking with you, sir. How many years have you been to CAC? What year is this for you?
To come to the Cauliflower Alley? Pardon?
I'll take it later.
I didn't understand your question.
How many years have you been attending the CAC? How many years is this for you?
I have been coming here since it started. Way back
in 1965.
when.
Yes.
That's it. I used to
remember
meet with Iron Mike Mazurki and all the wrestlers and boxers that used to get together at the Spaghetti House.
That is absolutely unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. I remember watching you. I saw you induct Gorgeous George Wagner into the WWE Hall of Fame. You looked in fantastic shape. Is there anything you want to say to your millions of fans out there, because you're one of the true legends of wrestling? Is there anything you want to say to your fans?
Well, I would like to say hello to all my fans and my relatives. I have quite a few relatives out here, and probably some that I don't even know. Anyway, because my mother's sister moved down from Oregon, so and I have some people out in the valley. So I'd like to say to everybody out here and all those good wrestling fans that used to come down to the Olympic Auditorium, hello. Jimmy Lennon was a great friend of mine, and now I talk regularly with his son. So anyway, I have a lot of people out here that I like to give a little bit back to where they gave me.
All right, sir. Well, I want to thank you for taking a few minutes to talk to us. I want to wish you a wonderful week and a safe drive home, sir. It's been an honor speaking with you.
Thank you very much.
Take care, sir. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was the legendary Destroyer, one of the most hated villains ever in professional wrestling. He just took a few minutes to join us here live. Michael, good one, Michael. That was a good one. That was a good one.
I'm walking around, man. I'm winging it live. I'm just wandering around the room. I pick somebody out. I hand them a phone and say, hey, you want to talk to us? And so far, nobody's beaten me up yet.
Okay, well, I put out a lot of money, so hopefully somebody will here soon, or I'm going to be mad.
We're working on that. I got a couple surprises for you. Unfortunately, I'm taking a hit for the team, but we're going to call it good.
Right on. Hey, Michael, we're coming up on the 7 o'clock hour, so we need to get about one more interview in, and then we're going to have to, so you can get ready for tonight.
Well, if you don't mind, let me hold on for just a moment.
Sure.
David, do me a little bit of a favor. Do a little promo for a second. Give me about 30 seconds to talk to somebody.
Not a problem. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Michael is in Las Vegas, Nevada. He is at the 49th Annual Cauliflower Alley Club reunion in Las Vegas. It is a staple in professional wrestling. It has become an annual tradition. Since 1965, the Cauliflower Alley Club has been around, and it's the Ring of Friendship. I'm a lifetime member, and wow, it is absolutely unbelievable. We're going to be right back here with more IHWE Radio.
This is IHWE champion Matt Riviera, and I want to see you June the 8th at the Sendura Center in Fort Worth.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was IHWE heavyweight champion Matt Riviera, who is also in Las Vegas right now for the Cauliflower Alley Club. He will be defending the championship this Sunday in Fort Worth as a part of the IHWE experience. We're going to talk about that at the top of the hour. We're going to get you set for this coming Sunday in Fort Worth. Again, at the top of the hour, we're going to cut away from our live Las Vegas feed, and we're going to be back here in Fort Worth getting you ready for the IHWE experience. Right now, Michael is in Las Vegas, Nevada, trying to get us one more interview before we say goodbye to him.
I got one more interview for us, man.
All right, let's go.
I am standing here. And I'm reading this right off the sign here. We have the Lord Carlton collection, the personification of perfection, some amazing artwork, and I am here with the daughter of Lord Carlton. She's going to be our final guest on IHWE Radio tonight.
How does this work?
You talk on the phone.
I'm talking on the telephone. Hello, everybody. We are here at the Cauliflower Alley Club event for 2014 in Las Vegas, Nevada, which is hot and full of cigarette smoke. And I am the daughter of Lord Carlton. There's someone there?
Welcome to IHWE Radio. Welcome to IHWE Radio. I'm glad you're joining us here. You're our last interview before we cut our feed from Las Vegas. What I'm asking everybody is, my name is David, by the way. What I'm asking everybody is what's your favorite part of the Cauliflower Alley Club? There's so many things going on. What's your favorite part?
Well, we've been in the nostalgia room for the duration of the event because we're here with my father's a lot of his memorabilia. We have a 1947 world champion belt with us and his monocles and some of the robes that were custom made for him to wear in the ring. And we're debuting his art collection. So we have he had painted over 100 original oil paintings that I have, and we have reproductions that we make of the paintings in limited editions. So if people want to come and check that out. What I think is really fun about this is the people that you meet. Everyone that you run into. We were just hanging out with Tim Bodie. I guess he was just on the show, or maybe he's going to be tomorrow. People like that. It's a family. It's very fun. It's great. My father was in his 60s when I was born, so to me, I was like the baby of the family, and I never got to see him wrestle. So being here it's a great opportunity to have other people coming up to me and telling me all these great old stories about, what they did, and it's kind of keeping the memory alive of some of these really fantastic old performers.
Well, that is wonderful, and that is so great that you're carrying on your father's tradition. I just had a son a few months ago. He's a baby right now, and I'm hoping that he'll carry mine on, as I get older in professional wrestling. That is just great that you're continuing it on, and you're getting to, you're getting to live through those times at the Cauliflower Alley Club. Do you have a website that you choose memorabilia on?
Actually, we're building a website for him, and it'll be lordcarlson.com. What we have is to get in touch with us. I am in a heavy metal polka band. So my father was Lord Carlson, but his actual history was from Hungary. His family, his grandfather was a baron from Hungary, and he married my mother, who was a New York City rockette, who was a Hungarian immigrant. So hence my accent, and that we're in a German heavy metal polka band called Krankenwelpen. So there's a website for that where you can contact me through Krankenwelpen, and it's Kranken, second word Welpen. It means sick puppies in German, .com. We're also on Facebook, so anybody wanting to communicate with me can look up the band on Facebook and things like that as well. And carrying on my family's tradition, my father's father wrote circus music for Ringling Brothers, and his mother was a dancer who the song Katie Beautiful Katie was written for. So I think that whole side of the family would be very, very happy that I'm here wearing a top hat and playing polka heavy metal.
That is fantastic.
When people think that my way of dressing and the music that we do is unusual, I say, well, if you think that the way that I dress with top hats is unusual, here's my father's robes and monocles.
Well, you're surrounded by nothing but professional wrestlers, so I'm sure you fit in just fine. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and have a wonderful, safe trip home. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You have a wonderful show, and hope to meet you someday.
Thank you. You as well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming. Thank you. We are coming up on the end of our first hour from the CAC. Michael, I know you're getting ready to clear off the table and get out of here. So you can go. Is there anything you want to say to the fans right before you sign off here tonight?
First thing I'm going to say is, man, thanks everyone for joining us. This is our first foray in doing a live remote from, anywhere, and I hope that guys enjoyed it. I hope they got the interviews that I was able to pick up. Please join us tomorrow afternoon, 4 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Central. We're going to do this one more time, and I guarantee you, I promise, I'm going to wing this. I'm going to work this out. We're going to have a great show. We're working on getting some honorees to come on tomorrow. I already have confirmation we will have Buddha Khan on joining us tomorrow. We're hoping to get Terry Taylor, and I am still on the hunt for the elusive Matt Riviera. I've seen him once, but I'm going to get him, and I'm going to have him on tomorrow on IHWE Radio. I promise.
All right. Well, Matt is in heavy training for his title defense on Sunday. But all right, Michael, go enjoy your evening at the CAC, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Thank you for doing what you did tonight.
No problem, man. I did the best we could. Thank you.
All right. Have a good one. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Michael McCurdy, our host, is in Las Vegas. And, wow, what a first hour. That was probably the fastest first hour we've ever had. Adam Pierce, Miss Dyslexia, Andrea the Giant, Team High Def, The Destroyer, Dick Bayer was on. Wow, just Sin Bodie was on. What a crazy first hour. It's so, if you were there and you know these characters, that's just an amazing checklist to go through. You go from, Adam Pierce who, all the way up to Sin Bodie, all the way to Destroyer. It's such an unusual checklist. But that's professional wrestling. That's what we do, and we love it. I hope everybody has a wonderful time at the CAC. Tomorrow night, I believe tonight and tomorrow night are the awards honoring the legends and the future legends of professional wrestling. In case you missed it, last night we filmed an announcement. We filmed something at the Cauliflower Alley Club, and we sent it out this morning, starting in 2015, and we were able to make this announcement in Las Vegas, which was really cool. The IHWE Texas Wrestling Hall of Fame will now be the Southern Wrestling Hall of Fame. We are actually going to honor wrestlers from the southern states of professional wrestling, not just Texas. This was a long conversation that I had with James Beard, Texas Wrestling Hall of Famer, official for the National Wrestling Alliance. He was actually on his way back to Texas as we speak. Hopefully he has a safe trip home. Conversations between me and him about, Texas has such a great history, but so does other states in the South. And we wanted to honor, because Southern wrestling has been such a huge role in the business. We wanted to recognize that, ladies and gentlemen. So, starting in 2015, and it'll take a little bit because most of our inductees we've had is Texas, but you'll start seeing more and more wrestlers from different southern parts of the United States. Southern wrestling, so that's going to be interesting. Okay, this Sunday, ladies and gentlemen, by the way, if you want any more information on that, the press release, you want to watch the video, you want to see the new logo, go to IHWEnow.com. That's IHWENOW.com. This Sunday is the IHW Experience live from the Sendera Center in Fort Worth, Texas. That's going to be located at 3600 Benbrook Highway in Fort Worth, Texas, 76116. The bell time is at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. The ticket prices go as follows. Adults, $10. Children under 12, $5. TCU and University of North Texas college students, you get a $7 student discount with an ID. And any military personnel, you can get in for free with an ID as well, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Woo! Man, unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. All right. This Sunday, catching my breath, ladies and gentlemen, this was This is our first endeavor, and it is crazy. I'm going to be on Pipe Bomb Radio later on tonight at around 10 o'clock, maybe 11. So if you're a fan of that show, listen for me as well. Okay, real quick. This Sunday, the IHWE Experience is going to be live Fort Worth at the Sendero Center. It's going to be hosted by Lex and Terry radio show personality Sarah Morgan. We have a Dallas-Fort Worth Championship match. DFW title has been retired since 2010. It was retired by Texas Wrestling Hall of Famer Chico Torres. Chico's going to be on hand to present the winner with the belt, the new belt. It's going to be Barrett Brown against Ashton Jacobs against Gregory James, 3 of the hottest stars in Texas, and not only Texas but the Southwest. They're going to meet in a triple threat match for the DFW Championship. That is going to be off the chain, ladies and gentlemen. Also in action, you will see the main event Mike Fox, former IHWE heavyweight champion. He's going to do battle with the head-banging, chain-swinging, laughing freak, Wally Dartman. That has match of the year written all over it. Also, there's going to be a Terry Gordy Memorial Cup Battle Royal. The family of Terry Gordy, Connie Gordy, who was on this show a few weeks ago to make the announcement, she will be there along with Terry's daughters. There's going to be a Battle Royal. And the winner of that Battle Royal is going to take home the Terry Gordy Memorial Cup. First time ever. I have the cup here. I've seen it. It looks absolutely awesome. It is going to be a huge honor for whoever takes that home and wins that Battle Royal. But there's going to be a lot of young and hungry superstars in that match. Also, APOC, who used to be known here as Apocalypse in the Dark Circle, he is going to do battle with another Wrestling Hall of Famer, the Prince Al-Farad from Damascus, Syria. And he's going to have in his corner international manager, Mr. Ken Kelly. Also, Thomas Shire, who is a pupil of the Dory Funk Jr. Funking Conservatory. Dory Funk has trained some of the biggest stars in professional wrestling. He's a former NWA heavyweight champion, and he's a WWE Hall of Famer along with his brother Terry Funk. Thomas Shire, who has wrestled in All Japan Pro Wrestling, he trained in the All Japan Dojo. He's a former 2-time Bang TV heavyweight champion. Thomas Shire is going to go one-on-one with former Dragon Gate USA champion Johnny Gargano, who is making his Texas wrestling debut this Sunday. He's doing it at IHWE. Wow. That is going to be spectacular. Also, this coming Sunday, Tim Storm, the current TCW heavyweight champion. You can see him every week on TCW Classics on the Pursuit Channel and over 100 different markets worldwide. Tim Storm is going to go one-on-one with Texas Wrestling Hall of Famer Spoiler 2000. This is a dream match here in Texas. I don't believe it's ever happened before in Texas, and it's going to happen this Sunday. 2 of the absolute biggest and best in Texas do battle, and that's what we are all about. Also this Sunday, another man who was on this show a few weeks ago, the Chinese Warrior Li Fang. He's looking to make an impact in this very first match at IHWE, but to do that, he's going to have to go through a former 3-time Dallas-Fort Worth champion, probably the most decorated DFW champion we've ever had, and Seth Shai. Also, this coming Sunday, the IHWE heavyweight champion, Matt Riviera, who this past week in Las Vegas was hospitalized because Matt was injured. Matt, people try to take shots at Matt when he's not expecting it because, they can't handle him if he's face to face, they can't. So they have to take cheap shots. But anyway, somebody took a cheap shot at Matt. He was in the hospital, had to get staples into his head. But he has promised me he will be here this Sunday, and he will be ready for competition because he is the current reigning and defending IHWE heavyweight champion. I know he will be ready. That's why he is the champion, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm tired of everybody asking me why he's the champion. I don't need to explain anything to anybody. Okay? Because here's the deal. When someone gets a promotion at a job, do they have to beat anybody to get that? Hell no, they don't. you get promoted at your local job, whatever that is, whether it's filling the Slurpee machine at 7-Eleven or wonder if it's signing somebody's shoes at an office, and you get promoted. Did you have to beat anybody? Did you have to pin somebody in an office to do it? No, you didn't. Okay? You were chosen. You were picked because you earned it. That's what Matt Riviera was. He was picked. He was picked by a guy who knows this business, and that's me. I don't have a board of directors to answer to. I don't have shareholders to answer to. I made the best decision for my company, and that's all there is to it, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody else needs to ask me about that. You will see this Sunday why I made the decision that I did. Also this Sunday, the Beast Franco D'Angelo, who has a big problem with what I did, and that's okay. Franco's got a legitimate gripe. But you know what? He's going to have a live microphone. It's not going to be some scripted promo. He's going to go in the ring and say exactly what's on his mind, and I'm going to give him that opportunity. I'm not afraid of what Franco D'Angelo is going to say. I welcome it. Okay? Because I've been on both sides of the fence with Franco. Franco ain't going to say anything in the ring that he wouldn't say to me to my face, and that's what I respect. So he's going to go in that ring on Sunday, and he's going to say what he needs to say, and that is absolutely fine. And when I talk to his doctors and I get word from a medical physician with a license, I will sanction whatever match Franco wants. But until then, Franco's on the shelf. Whether that makes me popular, that makes me unpopular, whether Franco likes it or not, and whether the IHWE fan nation likes it or not, that is the business I am in. It is my job to watch over everybody in the company, and sometimes I have to protect IHWE superstars from their worst enemy, which sometimes is their self. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's what's going to go down this Sunday. Also, the Mind of Wrestling, JT LaMotta. He's going to come in and he's going to say some farewell words to the IHWE fan nation. He's going to have that opportunity on Sunday. But this is a big show, ladies and gentlemen. This is a big program. It's going to be a television taping for our future weekly episodic program on YouTube called IHWE TV. I hope everybody will be there live at the Sendura Center to see this program. It's going to be spectacular. I have a caller on the line. Who am I speaking to?
You know who it is.
Oh, it's you. Well, I don't recognize your number unless it's on my cell and it says Chris Wolf.
That's me.
So, all right, what's on your mind? We got about 15 minutes. What's on your mind?
15 minutes, that's it?
15 minutes.
That's not a lot of time.
I know. We did this once before. It didn't work out too well.
Well, I was drinking a lot back then. I'm drinking right now.
Yeah,
but...
well, you're drinking right now, which is why you're calling in.
Well, I mean, I probably had some more interesting stuff to say, but Kofi Kingston just came on my TV and just sucked the life out of everything.
Oh, that's terrible. Better believe. All right, so you know Johnny Gargano. You know Johnny Gargano and Thomas Shire probably better than anybody else in the state. What do you expect out of this match on Sunday?
Let me think of some superlatives. Barn burner, slobber knocker. What did Taz used to say? A rocket buster.
Rocket buster.
Rocket buster. A meat grinder. I don't want anybody to take that the wrong way.
No.
No, I'm sure there's some people who'd love to grind some meat, but if that's what they're into, whatever.
We're gonna veer away from that.
No, it's gonna be a phenomenal match. Both these guys are, travel the states. Some, obviously one more than the other. But, Gargano's kind of been all over the place in the past couple years. Japan, I think he was in Singapore this weekend, wrestled in England, Germany. He brings
He just was in Singapore. He just left Singapore.
Singapore. But I think the thing about Gargano is he's got this, I don't know some people call it different things, but he's got this moxie, this sort of aura about him, like he knows how good he is. he knows what's expected of him when he gets in the ring. So I think the fans Sunday are in for they'll get their money's worth out of that match alone. So.
Well, Gabe Spolsky pretty much said the same thing. Said that on IHWNow.com. Thomas Shire he's been trying to make a name for himself, and he definitely has the pedigree as far as his education in professional wrestling. Obviously, he beat Watanabe a few weeks ago, and he wrestled some of the best. He wrestled some of the best in Texas. He's been up in St. Louis. But I think this is Thomas Shire's. This is his moment. Everybody is given a moment, and I think this is Thomas Shire's moment on Sunday.
Well, yeah, if you're looking to make a name for yourself, there's worse people to try to make your name off of than Johnny Gargano. Like we just got done talking about, he's been all over the place. He's wrestled a who's who of guys on the indie scene, and currently not on some of them on your TVs on Monday nights now. So, young Thomas Shire has his hands full, so to speak.
Yes, indeed. And coming up in September, the current Pro Wrestling Guerrilla Heavyweight Champion, Kyle O'Reilly, is going to be returning to Texas, but he's going to be returning to Texas for the first time, not at a Ring of Honor show, at an IHWE show. So what can fans expect from Kyle O'Reilly if they haven't seen him live?
I mean, the same thing with Kyle. He's well-traveled, well-schooled. He obviously wrestles a lot different than Johnny Gargano. You're going to see a lot of strikes. His submission game might be second to none on the independent scene right now. He trains a lot of jiu-jitsu. Also half of the Ring of Honor tag team champions with Bobby Fish. Those guys, I mean, for people who haven't seen Kyle O'Reilly, I think they're really in for a treat because he's kind of got this hybrid, mixed martial arts background / professional wrestling. And he's just like I said, he's a lot like Gargano, and that these guys are tearing it up every weekend in a different state, sometimes a different country. So the fans should definitely look forward to Kyle O'Reilly as well as Johnny Gargano on Sunday.
Indeed. And you're out doing your thing, promoting, and also your buddies. Well, sometimes they've been your buddies, sometimes they've been your sworn enemies. The Submission Squad, they're making their way back down to Texas in September.
Yeah, Submission Squad. That's. I mean, I hate to obviously be the big shill, but I mean, obviously, if you've never seen the Submission Squad, they're pretty much worth going out of your way to see. I mean, these guys are the ultimate road dogs. They've been almost I think they're up to like 30 or 40 states they've been to. And these guys don't. They don't have the benefit of promoters buying flights for them, at least not yet. So this is all. When they go to another state, I mean, they'll drive to Florida. They were just in Pennsylvania a couple of weeks ago for Chikara. They've driven to California. They're all over the place, and every single one of them brings something different to the table. He's, like Gary Jay's this just ridiculous striker. I've seen Kyle O'Reilly. I've seen Davey Richards. I've seen Sammy Callahan. A list of who's who on the indie scene say that Gary Jay's the hardest striker they've ever been in the ring with. Evan Jalisco kind of brings this maniacal, I'll do anything to win type of style to the ring. And obviously Pierre Abernathy's sort of just the brains. He can wrestle with you. He can brawl with you. He can kind of do it all. He may not come off the top rope. He used to have a hell of a moonsault, but I also used to be like 180 pounds, but that was a long time ago.
A long time ago. I'm the same size. So.
You're the same. You're 180 pounds? No,
I'm the same size as I was when you were 180 pounds.
Oh, I thought you got on the gas or something.
No.
Oh,
You live
okay.
next door to me. You know I'm not.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't know, all these
how do I know you're not
going to get gimmicks?
The only thing you've turned me on to is Boston Market. That's your fault,
Boston
by the
Market
way.
rules.
I'm dropping $20-25 a week at Boston Market, but we got the
that's why you're a wrestling promoter. You make all the big bucks, right?
Yeah, all the big bucks.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
All the big bucks. Yeah,
all of them.
And you will be, you'll actually be the company liaison this weekend. You're one of the founding fathers, and you'll be bringing Mr. Gargano and making sure he is taken care of. So that would either be good or bad for Mr. Gargano.
The IHW office is, they kind of see me as a jack of all trades type of guy. They've bestowed upon me this company liaison. I think I'm going to produce some matches on Sunday, so it'll be. I'll have my hands full too. I'm not going to just get to chill. I might be drunk, but that's a given on a Sunday afternoon.
But he won't be in the ring, folks, and that's what matters.
No, not in the ring. God, heavens no! I haven't wrestled drunk in forever. I mean, never. Never.
Okay, well, I'm gonna let you off here so I can close this thing. But I appreciate you calling in, and I'll talk to you soon since you're my next door neighbor.
Close it hard, brother.
All right, brother. Well, that was Chris Wolf. He's the founding father of IHWE, former 6-time IHWE heavyweight champion. He's my brother-in-law. He's my next-door neighbor. And he will be taking care of Mr. Gargano this coming Sunday. So one thing I want to make clear is tickets are not on sale at the Sendera Center yet. Sunday, starting at around 1 o'clock Central Standard Time, we will be there. If you come into the Sendera Center and you want a ticket, ask the receptionist, and they will go grab an IHWE staff member, and they will assist you, probably me. We will be setting up for hours because of the type of event we're putting on, television taping. So, Sunday, again, let me reiterate, Sunday, tickets are going on sale at the Sendera Center starting at around 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you cannot be at the Sendera Center on Sunday, have no fear. A lot of the action that takes place this Sunday will be on a future episode of IHWE TV, which is our upcoming weekly episodic digital media concept that will begin on Wednesday night, July 30th, on our YouTube hub. And that will actually be airing right after IHWE Radio. Last week we had Jim Cornette on. We're hopeful to have Jim Cornette on again. If you want to download any archives, be sure to go to IHWE.NOW, which is IHWEnow.com. If you want to read about what Gabe Sapolsky said about Johnny Gargano, go to IHWEnow.com. If you want to learn more about the Texas Wrestling Hall of Fame becoming the Southern Wrestling Hall of Fame, go to IHWEnow.com. You get the picture. That is the hub for everything IHWE that you need to know. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this week is a little bit different. Obviously, tonight is Tuesday. We're normally on Wednesday. Tomorrow night, same bat time, same bat channel. We will be on again at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. We will be having a 90-minute episode of IHWE Radio. Instead of having 1 2-hour episode, this week we're having 2 90-minute episodes. Michael McCurdy, our host, is out in Las Vegas, Nevada. Kudos to him for taking a cell phone and running around the Nostalgia Room, which is full of people. There are hundreds and hundreds of people in that room right now, and he ran around and tried to get interviews with as many people as he could. Tomorrow night, we're hoping to have a little bit better hand on this. This is the first time we've ever done anything like this, so we're winging it, obviously. So, getting another call. I'm about to be off here anyway. They're going to have to wait. Live radio, ladies and gentlemen. I'm on a cell phone. Okay, so tomorrow night, IHWE Radio, Las Vegas, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can, again, tune in. We're going to be in the Nostalgia Room, and we will get as many interviews as we possibly can with people. They're not going to leave me alone. We'll get as many interviews as we can with people, ladies and gentlemen. This Sunday is the IHWE Experience. Make sure you go to IHWEnow.com. We will see you tomorrow night live here on IHWE Radio. Wherever you are, I want to thank you for joining us tonight, and we will see you tomorrow night, same channel, same time for IHWE Radio. Thank you, Morgan. Thank you, Carl. Thank you, Michael. Everybody who joined us tonight, The Destroyer, Adam Pierce, Mr. Dyslexia, Andrea the Giant, Sin Bodie, everybody that joined us tonight, thank you for taking the time. Tomorrow night, we'll be live again from Las Vegas. Sunday's the IHWE Experience, IHWEnow.com. Good night, ladies and gentlemen, from Las Vegas, and good night from Fort Worth.